Ladies and gentlemen, do atheists merely lack a belief in God? I hear that a lot from atheists. For a number of reasons, no. Number one, if the word atheism merely means a lack of belief in God, then that really just says something about the atheist state of mind. It's not saying anything about the real world out there. It's not saying, well, the real world doesn't need a God. It's just saying, I psychologically don't have a belief in God. Well, that's not saying anything about whether or not God exists.
Well, congratulations, you figured it out. It's funny because that's literally exactly. You can be an atheist who doesn't believe in God and be totally retarded to everything else. It's a possibility. It isn't saying that it doesn't have a certain viewpoint. It's just disbelief in God. That's it. Period. You can literally think anything else. So, congratulations, dude. You figured it out. But you still put it in a tone like it's an argument against atheists. Are you stupid? I mean, he's pretty old. Aren't old people supposed to be wise?
Secondly, if atheists merely lack a belief in God, then this monitor is an atheist because it lacks a belief in God. This chair is an atheist. It lacks a belief in God.
What in... Hello everyone, I'm with me, and today we're going to be responding to a video called What Atheism Really Means. And if you've seen by the intro, this guy, I don't know I don't know, let's just continue watching. Jesus Christ.
Outhouses lack a belief in God. Everything, even dogs and cats and roaches all lack a belief in God. You can see that word doesn't do us much, or doesn't do much for us if it merely means a lack of belief in God. It's not saying anything. Everything that exists lacks a belief in God if it isn't a living thing. How does that help us?
All right, you dumb. You're stupid, okay? Listen, in order to have a belief or lack of belief, you need a brain. A brain that can comprehend belief and lack of belief. Us humans so far are the only brain that can really comprehend what God is, the afterlife, and not believing in God is, you know? We're the only animals on this earth that can comprehend what that means. So yeah, it does have some meaning. It means that they lack a belief in God, that's it. Yeah, sure, it doesn't say anything about the real world. God could certainly mostly exist. He could. She could. I mean, you never know, right? So I'm sorry, but you're retarded, dude.
But thirdly, and maybe most importantly, atheism is not merely a lack of belief in God, because the atheists I know about, the atheists that I deal with in the book, Stealing from God, Why Atheists Need God to Make Their Case, are saying they have positive reasons to be atheists. In other words, they're saying that materialism is true, that everything is made of molecules and there is no immaterial realm, there is no supernatural realm. And they try and explain these things by evolution and multiple universes and quantum vacuums and these kind of things. Well, those aren't just negative beliefs. They don't just lack a belief in evolution, multiple universes, or quantum vacuums. Those are positive beliefs that those things are adequate enough to explain reality as we know it.
I don't know what atheist you're talking to, but I know I certainly wouldn't say that. I would say, yeah, it's a possibility that a different realm could exist, the spiritual realm, the not physical realm, or whatever the hell. Multiple universes could exist. I don't believe in multiple universes because that's crazy. That's something else entirely. You see, none of us atheists are all universal in our beliefs. Simply, we just don't believe in God. That's it. That's the only thing we have a trait for. I don't know how evolution disproves God. It could disprove the Christian God or your viewpoint of the Christian God if you're arguing that evolution doesn't exist because God. We could easily prove you wrong.
And those things are not adequate enough to explain reality as we know it. So atheism merely being a lack of belief in God, I think, is a cop-out.
First of all, why aren't they adequate? And second of all, why is that a cop-out? What? Oh my God, dude, you have no respect. You have no respect, zero respect.
And by the way, what word would you use if you don't use atheism for someone who says, I believe there is no God, or there is no God? What word would you use? I mean, somebody who just lacks a belief could be considered an agnostic. So an atheist really is somebody who says there is no God.
Oh man. Oh man. He got the definition wrong. Oh boy. Alright, listen up, dude. Atheism is simply a lack of belief in God. That's it, period. Agnosticism. Let me actually look up the definitions real quick. Atheism. There we go. A disbelief or lack of belief in the existence of God or gods. Agnostic. A person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence or nature of God, or of anything beyond material phenomena. A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. Huh, that's interesting. You're stupid. I'm sorry, you just quick Google search, man. I mean, you have a YouTube channel. I know you're old, but you have a YouTube channel. You can just look it up. It isn't that hard.
If you want more on this, much more on this, get the new book, Stealing from God, Why Atheists Need God to Make Their Case, forward by the great Ravi Zacharias.
And if you want to know more about my belief, you can buy my book. Jesus. Alright. Man, that was pretty easy to debunk. That was pretty low-hanging fruit. I'm honestly surprised he didn't provide any bigger arguments. I mean, there might be bigger arguments in his shitty book, but, I mean, jeez, well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like if you did. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye-bye.